Let's make fufu corn and jamajama today. Fufu corn and jamajama is just a fancy name for huckleberry. The name of the vegetable is huckleberry, and then it's served with corn fufu with a side of chicken that has been marinated in tomato sauce. So because we are using strong chicken, we'll go ahead to start with our chicken. I will season my chicken with salt, maggi, onion, with everything you see me. I'm going to list it down below. So you start seasoning your chicken. You don't need to add water, especially from the beginning. Just let that seasoning marinate with the chicken. And then if you have to add water along the line, that's fine. But for this chicken, I did not even have to add water because it was from the fridge probably. So it ended up producing enough water for me to cook it. When your chicken is like 80% done, you take it out and you pop it in the oven. If you have charcoal grill, that's fine as well. What inspired me to do this dish was because I was cleaning my fridge and then I found this packet of huckleberry in my fridge, so I decided to do some jamajama today. So I'll go ahead to cross cut my vegetable and then I'll set it aside. I will just go in with some vegetable oil and then I'll fry my tomatoes in that vegetable oil. I'm going to be making the vegetable and the chicken on this at the same time, so this dish requires a lot of tomatoes. It depends on how you like your jamajama. Personally, I like jamajama with enough tomato. I do not like jamajama that is dry and just no. I like my jamajama to be saucy. So when my tomatoes is properly cooked, I'll put in some pepper. The only seasoning that I use for my tomato is pepper, salt, and maggi. I use habanero pepper because it's hot. Then I'll put in my vegetable. I'm going to be gauging to make sure that I can balance the tomatoes and the vegetable. If my tomato and my vegetable are balanced, I don't care. I set aside the rest of the vegetable for next time. I equally went in with a little stock from that chicken that I cooked, and then at this point my vegetable was done. I will set it aside and then I'll focus on the chicken. Equally, I'll be using the same seasonings for my chicken. I was seasoning with the same habanero pepper, salt, and maggi. And then you remember the chicken was already seasoned, boiled, and baked. So now we are just marinating it in that sauce. And then I'll go in with a little bit of stock still from the chicken. Just let it cook and marinate, and then that's it. You cook it for a little bit and then you set it aside and then you can dish it. So at this point my chicken and my vegetable was ready. I will dish me a side let me not say a small plate because people usually say my plate doesn't look small. I set aside a little bit and I enjoyed it. Tell me what you think about fufu corn and